Tech genius Elon Musk has devoted his life to science, technology, and innovation. What if I told you that this time he has his eyes on the most technical technologies of the world that would require $10 billion to be made a second time? We're talking about the Large Hadron Particle Collider owned by CERN, which is the world's largest and most respected organization for scientific research, located in Europe. Today on Just Tech, we unravel the mystery around this large particle collider and how it's caught the eye of our very own tech nerd, Elon Musk. If you're a science freak just like Elon, you would know that the discovery of the Higgs boson was one of the most remarkable discoveries in the field of science. It changed the way that people saw atoms, molecules, and more than that, the universe. Higgs boson, also known as the Higgs particle, is an elementary particle on the standard model of the structure of, well, basically everything. To keep it simple, this particle has almost no spins and no color charge. Thus, it quickly becomes something else, and it's very difficult to study in its true form. Even after 10 years of its discovery, there's so much to be known about it that would clear most of the enigma hovering around the question of how the universe was made. It all started when the World Organization for Nuclear Research, or CERN, C-E-R-N, situated about 175 meters under the Swiss-France border near Geneva, set off an experiment that tried to mimic the Big Bang experiment. This happened inside the world's biggest particle accelerator, which belongs to CERN itself. Inside this accelerator, two beams of particles were made to travel close to the speed of light with high energies. Before starting off with this experiment though, the scientists made sure that they would mimic the conditions just the moment after the Big Bang, which happened millions of years ago. This was necessary to examine the nature of matter and the origin of stars and planets, and ultimately to find the Higgs boson, the so-called God particle. The experiment was extremely successful, and for our own safety, it was perfectly curated. The experiment ended before anything disastrous could happen though. Now, you might be thinking, what was this fear that we all avoided? And we have the answers for that and everything else at Just Tech. But before we tell you about this danger that all of us nearly missed, make sure to hit the subscribe button as fast as the particles in our favorite Large Hadron Collider. And whilst you're down there, don't forget to like and share this video with your tech and science-loving friends. Now, many people considered the Big Bang simulation experiment as one that would lead to the doom of humanity. The fear was valid because the experiment, if unmonitored, would have led to the creation of a black hole that would be formed but soon collapsed. This could create a very huge damage and the Earth would have been destroyed within seconds. This Large Hadron Collider, known as the LHC, consists of superconducting magnets which allow physicists and other researchers to study subatomic particles like protons, photons, and even smaller quarks. When these particles collide, beams of particles are produced as fast as the speed of light. These collisions sometimes create a black hole. This can be disastrous and lead to damage that we can't even think of. But luckily, this has never been the case, and never would be, as such experiments are carried out in highly supervised conditions. Can you imagine this Hadron Collider, one of the world's most advanced energy particle colliders, coming back into operation after some years of being out of service? The collider had to be put out of operation because there were several adjustments to be made. Dark matter and dark energy are two things that Elon Musk, Tesla CEO, has always been interested in. Ever since the discovery of the Higgs boson in 2012, many physicists and scientists at CERN have been trying to understand what they can achieve through this particle. They're conducting constant experiments to know a larger source of these particles. Some other particles have helped researchers to know more about the structural space. These are protons, baryons, and neutrons, which are very well known to the common masses. Some others are somewhat less popular, like mesons. These particles were discovered during the 40s and the 50s, and CERN have a lot of contributions to the discoveries. As we mentioned at the start of the video, it would take years to construct the CERN particle accelerator and would cost a whopping $10 billion and a pretty penny to keep it in the best of working conditions. Elon Musk, as we all know, is a tech fanatic. He absolutely loves science and research, and that has been so clear through his famous tweet about the CERN Collider. Elon shared a picture that depicted a rising devil, and in the caption, Musk wrote, "Please let me use the CERN Large Hadron Collider. I am normal and can be trusted with demonic technology unlike the world has ever seen." Now, on the one hand, where a lot of us loved Musk for his darker humor here, many others thought that Musk believes that the world's largest and most advanced particle collider is a demonic invention. Talking about our favorite tech billionaire, one thing needs to be understood, and that is Elon puts extreme effort into acquiring anything that he sees and desires. His desires range from extremes to the extremes, where he can go to the edge and purchase entire corporations. But this time, Elon might get humbled because of the enormity of his dream machine. CERN comprises 23 member states. Asking to buy any property is like asking to buy a country. But there are many reasons why Elon can't let this one go. And it is the number of discoveries that CERN has been making. CERN is a pioneer when it comes to unraveling the unknown, not just in the matter of quantities, but in the matter of qualities as well. In January 2022, CERN succeeded in creating a scenario that never occurred since the last simulation of the Big Bang. This was the same experiment which birthed the proof of the Higgs boson. CERN has discovered many more never-before-seen particles, with Musk's favorite, the Large Hadron Collider. It's said that up to 60 new hadrons have been discovered, as mentioned in the science journal CERN Courier. In 2021, one of the Large Hadron Collider's data analyses showed the patterns of activity that revealed a different particle from those of the standard model, to the shock and amazement of the scientists. These particles were known as neutrinos. These neutrinos are also referred to as ghost particles. These ghost particles are tough to catch because they behave like ghosts. They pass through the Earth in thousands of numbers, but still are so hard to detect because they do not interact with other particles. Hundreds of neutrinos pass through you and me as well, on the average, daily. But we do not feel a tinge because they don't react. Now, this doesn't mean that they cannot react. They surely can, but their level of reaction is significantly lower than the other particles. Now, you might be thinking, why is everyone so excited about something that doesn't really react or interact? Well, the researchers are so excited about the study of neutrinos because these particles have almost no mass, and they have very, very less to no charge on themselves. As of now, we only know that neutrinos are approximately 100,000 times lighter than the electron. Another reason why Elon Musk wants to get involved in the machining of the LHC is the incident of the 7th of July 2022. On this day, a crack appeared in the magnetic field of Earth. This crack opened a large geomagnetic field that lasted up to 14 hours. Now, this was quite shocking, as such cracks do occur, but survive for only seconds to minutes. This anomaly gave rise to a large and most stunning auroras that have ever graced the skies. Now, according to tech billionaire Elon Musk, the Hadron Particle Collider made its most recent discovery in 2017 and succeeded in finding other anomalies in the Earth's magnetic field. Like many other major scientific initiatives, the Large Hadron Collider is currently moving forward, albeit a little bit slowly. Despite the slow pace, it's also consistently giving us access to previously inaccessible knowledge which has been buried deep within the recent Hadron Collider improvement programs. These new changes and improvements on the collider aim to increase its luminance power, which would let us see what was until now invisible to researchers and physicists. The LHC has discovered so many new particles, but the goal remains to discover even more, which could be evidence that there are still some undiscovered interactions out there in the universe. What do you think the future holds for us as well as Elon? Comment down your views and tell us about your thoughts. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to us here at Just Tech. Stay updated on more scientific stuff coming your way, and press that bell icon to never miss another video. Until next time, bye bye.